Any words before the show starts?
Let's go. Yes, well, we're about to start the show in just a little bit. We've gone through our run through. Got a really awesome crew back here. We've got an amazing screen for all the awesome videos that Rob, our technical genius, has put together, as well as, my friend Zach behind the camera here. Zach, right?
Yeah.
See, I got it. Usually I remember, part of the things because, hey, I'm getting on in years. But we have a great show for you tonight. This is the 2023 Mid-America Music Awards. I am really honored to be part of it this evening. As I said, we'll just be starting the show. We'll have our red carpet where a lot of the nominees will be coming through this evening, and we are just going to have a great time. It's going to be a killer show, so be sure. If you didn't get a ticket tonight, watch it online when we show it later. But you should have been here tonight. So we're walking to where we're going to start doing red carpet interviews. Come with me. Over there, we're going to wait till those ladies get off the carpet. And then we're going to talk to Ben Adelini in just a moment. So let's go. What kind of message do you want them to take from the music?
Just that God's real and that he loves them and he wants a relationship with them.
Some can relate, some may not, but if it just touches that one person, that's just what it gets me and pulled in, and it just makes me want to keep doing it.
By trade, I'm a hairstylist, and so people tell me their stories. I'm like their shrink in my chair, So I get a lot of my material just from real people sitting in my chair telling me what's gone on with their life.
Hi, I'm Alexandra with All the Right Spaces. We do custom woodworking throughout the home. All of our products are made specifically for your space. They can really be made any way that you want them made so that they fit into your home. This accent wall that we did here, it was customized to fit this space. All of our products are made to last a lifetime, and we do guarantee them. We don't do anything that we don't believe in. So we want to make sure that it's right and it's right for you and you love it when we leave.
Hi, I'm Bradley Griffith. I am the director of Logan Fitness. We have so many different things to offer as far as the fitness center, the aquatic center, our classes. It's just a really great place to be.
It's a very friendly community. Everyone's very kind and welcoming here.
Everyone who's here is striving to better themselves. That's something that really drives me, and it's just an enjoyable environment to be a part of. I encourage anyone who has never been to Logan Fitness to come and give it a try because I know that they won't be disappointed.
I am Dr. David Israel, and I am a board-certified pediatrician. I like working in a small town because you get to know your patients well. We shouldn't view small children as just our patients. They're part of a family. Getting to know the family is important to me. At CRHPC, we see everyone regardless of their ability to pay, and I'm really proud to be able to work for an organization that has that policy.
Well, I think our biggest service that we offer is our customer service. We genuinely care about people, and the people that come in, we want to do the best that we can for them.
We really value the customer more than anything else, taking care of them and making them feel like, they're at home when they come here.
Best feature about this bank is just its family environment. We're here to help you.
You are a customer that we want to know what you need and what kind of service can we give you to make it better. And our people are going to give the best service available.
For youth who use tobacco or e-cigarettes, we are promoting the My Life, My Quit program that's for ages 13 to 17.
We want to make sure that they don't start to become addicted to cigarettes or vaping.
We go into schools and do classroom presentations, or we do large assemblies like in the gyms to share information about how they can get help if they already have an addiction.
But really the thing is, we don't want our youth and young people to become addicted.
So, here with Ben Adelini. He is a nominee tonight in the Christian category, right?
Yes, sir.
So, my friend, how's it feel to be here tonight, first of all?
A little overwhelming. Feel a little bit out of place, to be honest. But I'm pumped to be here. Yeah.
Now, what are you nominated for tonight?
A song that I wrote, Christian category. It's called Have Your Way.
For you to break through,
the genesis of that song? I mean, how did it come about?
It's hard to say. I mean, honestly, I do pretty much exclusively Christian music. It's really just a song about, sort of inviting the presence of God and allowing him to sort of have his way in what we're doing, and whether it be a church service or day-to-day life or what have you. So song ideas they kind of come to me at weird times. It's usually while I'm driving. So probably happened while I was in a car and driving for work or something, and start humming a tune, and there it is. So.
With songs from the Christian category, you definitely have to have, the spirit inside of you to move you and so forth. Is that where a lot of your inspiration for some of your other songs come from?
Yeah, I think that's probably true. Yeah, 100%.
And what does the future hold for you in terms of where you'd like to take your music, as your career progresses?
Whatever doors the Lord opens, I'll walk through them, and whatever ones he shuts, I won't walk through them. That's my plan.
One final question, if as you sing your music, as you sing your songs to your fans out there, to the new fans to come, what kind of message do you want them to take from the music? Certainly they're going to enjoy the melody and the lyrics, but is there a special message that you want to bring to them?
Just that God's real and that he loves them and he wants a relationship with them. And they were created for worship, so let's do that. Yeah.
Good luck to you tonight. God bless you, my friend.
You too.
Thank you for chatting with us.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Come on, baby, let's go ride this train way out west. Get dropped off in a little small town.
We are here with Ian Ferguson. Ian, first of all, congratulations on your nomination tonight. Tell us what you're nominated for.
Nominated for my song Runaway under the country category. This is a song that means so much to me, It was one of the most well-written songs I've ever written when we were writing it. Fastest song. It was wrote in 10 minutes.
Wow.
And we've been pumping more songs left and right here lately. But this song means so much to me. It's about my fiance and everything. And we've been, through north and south everywhere together. And I just wanted to give her a song just about her,
Yeah, what are your strongest influences when you're creating some of your songs, creating your music?
So with that, what I'm looking for a good story. When I'm telling, if I'm writing a song, most people, nowadays, you talk about a topic, but I want to give every detail that I can about what I'm trying to write about and talk to you about. And then some influences and everything, like people who I try to kind of write towards, kind of like an Alan Jackson or a George Strait is kind of like what I look for. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that.
Now, are there, certain situations in your personal life that really... Are there certain situations in one's personal life that lend themselves better for telling a good story rather than sort of creating one fictionally?
Yes, I totally agree with that 100%. So just to tell, basically when I got into music, what really truly got me into it was my grandpa 2 years ago passed away. And his big, goal for me was please push this. And I got another song out. It was my last release song, Tank of Gasoline. And it's just kind of told, the story about me and him and the old truck that we drove together. And I feel like a lot, if you live life a little bit and you have more stories to tell to the people out there just about your life, and then, if some can relate, some may not, but if it just touches that one person, that's just what it gets me and pulled in, and it just makes me want to keep doing it.
Sounds very good. Well, I'm wishing you great luck tonight and with your career going forward.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And thank you to everybody that is coming out here tonight, and then good luck to all the nominees out there.
So we are here with the lovely, the vivacious, the beautiful Donetta Mason here. It is a pleasure to chat with you today.
Pleasure to chat with you too. Thank you.
Thank you for gracing us. Now, tell us about your music. You are nominated tonight in the alternative rock category.
Yes, we were nominated in the alternative rock category. So the song that we are nominated with is called A Bad Goodbye. And it's written about some guy who was hanging my curtains in my house, was telling me a story about how he and his girlfriend broke up, and she just kind of threw him out on the ground, out in the yard. He came home from work and all his stuff is in the yard, and he said, I don't know what happened. And I said, well, it sounds like a bad goodbye to me. So then we wrote that song and shot a little video to it, and that was that.
A lot of these songs that are like that, they sort of reach out and touch somebody in a way in terms of either their personal experience or, those relationship breakup things. Are they good fodder?
Everyone, yeah, it's relative to everyone, isn't it? Yeah, those kind of everyone's had a breakup in their life, I think, so.
Now, where do you get some of your other inspiration for some of your other music?
By trade, I'm a hairstylist, and so people tell me their stories. I'm like their shrink in my chair, So I get a lot of my material just from real people sitting in my chair telling me what's gone on with their life.
Because, in that chair, when they've sort of exposed themselves in many ways because they feel vulnerable and they will tell you their personal stories.
Like it's therapy.
It's therapy.
It's therapy.
It's therapy, people. It's therapy. Remember that. I like that. I'm going to use that. So you must have like a whole catalog of stories that you could turn into songs.
I do. I write them all down and we throw it up in the air and see what lands and what we catch and write some music to,
Now, have you always been, a musician, singer, a fan of music and creating your own music?
I think I was singing before I could talk. That's what my mom says. So I don't know. Not formally trained in anything, just learned from everyone that's ever been in a band family with me. I learned from harmony from the people that are around me. I don't know. I just hear it.
I understand that your daughter also is very musical. Tell us about, her connection to the business.
Yeah, so she kind of followed me along as I was singing, and I would bring her up to the stage to sing occasionally.
She's kind of the genesis of all of it for me. Just growing up watching her passion and watching her just light up with music definitely inspired me to do the same.
At Carrier Mills Community Health Center, I feel like we're just a small-knit family. While we're all kind of new to each other here, we are learning one another's hobbies, everything about everybody's families, and that's just kind of the environment you're going to get here. And I think we all have the same goal here, is to make sure that everybody gets thorough health care.
You're going to be met with a super friendly staff that honestly cares about you. We were able to bring a clinic back to a town that desperately needed it. Lots of patients maybe don't have access even to the nearest town due to transportation issues, and so we're able to provide hometown care to those that are striving to make this community what it is today.
We invite anybody from the Southern Illinois region, especially those that are struggling to find a primary care provider who's really going to reach out to you and meet you where you're at. Whether you have insurance, whether you don't, we are happy to help provide as many services as possible with comprehensive primary care to really help the most underserved, vulnerable populations of the area.
The teachers are really good, they're understanding.
All of our faculty here teach from experience.
I love it. It's so hands-on.
They want to see us succeed.
There's so many options, so many things they can choose from.
I wasn't just another statistic out there.
My advisors and my professors have been very helpful.
I've felt completely at home from the first day.
Everyone has been so welcoming and helpful and encouraging. It's made it really easy. So I would for sure recommend John A.
Marian Medical Mission's purpose is to share the love of Christ with the extreme poor in Africa. We do this through the WELL program by providing a sustainable source of safe drinking water while working hand in hand with our African partners. No overhead or administrative costs are deducted unless so designated by the donor. Be part of the solution. Go to mmmwater.org to donate.
All right, so we're keeping the red carpet train rolling along. We're here with the lovely and the talented violin virtuoso, Jean Watson. It's a pleasure to meet you tonight.
To meet you, Tim. Great to be here.
Congratulations on performing this evening and so forth. Tell me a bit about the type of music that you do with your violin, because clearly you're very inspired by the Lord and by your faith in God.
So I started out as a classical violinist. So you hear a lot of classical influence, but I think I would call it more Celtic contemporary and a Celtic woman sound. So very cinematic, very dramatic and inspirational, hopefully. Yeah.
Now, how did you come to the point in your career, in your life, where you decided to use your musical skills towards inspiring others and really reflecting your own faith?
Well, it was an amazing story, actually. My landlord accidentally heard me singing Christmas carols in my home, and he was really moved by the sound of my voice, and he said, I think that's what you should be doing with your life. And I was a single mother at that time, no money, no resources, and feeling very depressed, and he gave me my rent money back and said, I think you should record. And so I did. And within a few years, my music had been heard all over the world, and I was touring in Europe and really just offering hope to people that the Lord knows exactly where we are, and that if we call out to Him, anything can change.
Yeah, well, your career, your journey is very inspirational in that you talk about how you started from very difficult beginnings. You know, as you said, single mother, not having a lot, if any, money at the time. And a lot of people would find that to be a very despondent place for you, but somehow, you know, the Lord raised you up to spread this music and your gifts from Him to other people.
And hope, really, you know, because I saw people responding to my story and saying, if that could happen to her, maybe it could happen to me too. And just bringing hope to people who feel like they're hopeless.
Now, did you start learning the violin at a very early age?
Yes, I started playing when I was 7. I grew up in a musical family and trained again to be a classical violinist, went to conservatory. It wasn't until quite a few years later that I learned I could sing and put it all together, began writing my own music and arranging and performing. So
now, you travel the world spreading your music and your musical gospel, if you will. I understand you have a great affection for Ireland. Tell us about that.
Yes, I actually just returned from Ireland a few days ago, and I have a radio show in Ireland where I get to speak to the Irish people once a week and encourage them. And then once a year or so, I'll travel to that nation and go from city to city. And I do a lot of speaking events and performing events specifically designed to reach that culture.
Now, there's a lot of people out there that love this TV show, Game of Thrones. So I understand you've got a personal connection to it. So all you Game of Thrones fans, pay attention.
Yeah. So I had an opportunity to make a phenomenal music video in Ireland a few years ago, and it involved a sword fighting scene. So the videographer hired some cast and crew from Game of Thrones to act in my video. And I had a makeup artist from Game of Thrones and a set designer and art, and so it was a really great honor. And we actually filmed one of the scenes on the set of Game of Thrones.
Now, were you a fan of the show before the music video?
To be honest with you, I'd never seen it, but you know, I've heard such wonderful things, and so it was such an honor to be able to use some of those resources. Yeah.
If you hashtag your video Game of Thrones, you'll get a lot of followers, trust me.
I'll try that.
Now, one last question. You know, you talked about you learned violin at a very young age, so I understand that your daughter also is very musical. Tell us about, you know, her connection to the business.
Yeah, so she kind of followed me along as I was singing, and I would bring her up to the stage to sing occasionally. And then we recorded a song together on my latest recording project, and the producer was so taken with her voice that he encouraged her to branch out on her own. So she's just finishing her very first album, and she's here tonight to actually not to perform, but to be a nominee for one of the awards. So.
And her name is?
Cat Wells.
All right.
Yes.
It is a pleasure. Very good luck to you tonight. It has been an honor to meet you. Thank you so much.
To guide me and to shield me, Christ protecting me.
And just like mother and daughter, we are keeping up that tradition. We are speaking here with, of course, Kat Wells, the daughter of Gene Watson, and it is a pleasure to chat with you tonight.
Oh, you too. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it took a few takes, but we finally got here. But tell me, I understand that you are nominated tonight. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I'm nominated under the folk, bluegrass, country area. I wrote a folk song. It's called In It for the Gold. And it is maybe my most revengey breakup song of my entire album.
Oh, yeah. Like, we don't have songs like that in country and everything. But tell me, what inspired you for this one, if you want to tell me?
Right. I went through a pretty painful breakup, essentially, like a couple of years ago. And this song was essentially how I processed that. And I just really believe in not putting a pretty bow on anything. And so the song itself doesn't ever really resolve. It's just, here's my heart, and this is how I felt. And it's in a metaphorical, beautiful, poetic way, but it does explain a lot of the pain I was going through.
When you've gotten all you can, and you bled her dry, cold heart and callous mind.
But in a serious vein, though, is that some of the best music, lyrics, song lyrics, come from those personal experience, whether it's a breakup or a relationship or even, just something that really touches your heart in many ways.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm a very honest and vulnerable person. And so that to me is the only way I can write. I've tried to write in a very fluffy way before, and it's just not me. So I will make it real and I will make it raw, and that is definitely this song, In It for the Gold.
Now, there's so many categories in the country umbrella, if you will. We have folk and we have bluegrass and we have, of course, I guess what you might say country western and other subdivisions of that. What is it about bluegrass that appeals to you?
Oh my gosh, I think I grew up on a lot of it through my dad. I grew up around a lot of country, a lot of reggae as well. And then my mom is classical, and so I just have like a very wide variety that I grew up on. But I love the storytelling in bluegrass. I think you can say a lot more in a bluegrass song than you could a pop song, and that's kind of my natural way of writing. So I'm just gravitating towards it for the storytelling for sure.
How does your mom inspire you? How has she inspired you with a lot of your songwriting, as well as just the course you've taken with your career thus far?
Right. She's kind of the genesis of all of it for me. Just growing up watching her passion and watching her just light up with music definitely inspired me to do the same. And she just, the way she creates is just 1,000% authentic, and that's who I am too. That's what I want my music to be. So I think just her authenticity, her passion, her love for God, that is just a reflection of me and my music, and it's definitely influenced every part of it for sure.
One final question in that regard. How does, I'm assuming you share your mom's faith in God and in heaven above and so forth. So how is that, play into what you do in terms of songwriting, in terms of feeling that music?
Yes. Oh, it's everything. A lot of what I write about is my own wrestling, and then who God is to me in the middle of that. And so it's impossible for me to write about pain or tragedy without also including the compassion or the love that I felt in that time as well. So I naturally find that my faith is interweaved in my story, and it has to come out through the songs as well. So yeah, it's a part of me, and it's a part of my pain, and he's definitely met me there too. So
I want to thank you for not only speaking with me and gracing me with the great conversations, but wishing you great luck tonight as well. All right? I feel that I'm a winner being with you this evening.
Oh, it is. I always try and, whenever I do write songs, I try and make them to where they'll connect to someone else. And I mean, it's going to mean a great deal to me whenever they come out.
And Blam, in one word, how would you describe this ride?
Oh, it's been chaotic, but it's been awesome.
Quitting tobacco is hard.
Telling your family you have lung cancer is harder. Quitting tobacco is the best way to prevent lung cancer. For help getting free patches or gum, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Our students are employed immediately. Sometimes they are employed before they get their associate's degree.
I have a position working in early childhood. Dr. Marilyn Tolliver, my professor, was able to really prepare me to be able to teach in a classroom as a lead teacher.
To see them interact and engage in what I'm teaching them is life-changing.
But what the song really became about is being whatever you want to be and loving yourself and having the strength to stand up and be whatever that is in the face of people that tell you not to. So this is Blonde Ambition. You ready, boys?
You know, you've burst on the scene in 2019 with Heartbreak Queen. You know, what has that ride been like? Because, you know, I know it has to have been a lot of fun.
It's been the time of my life, and hopefully the time of theirs, but we've toured in 30 states and been to Europe and won, I don't know, a lot of awards now. Let's see, Band of the Year twice in a row, or 3 times, I don't know, Female Artist of the Year, Single of the Year. It's been crazy for us, and we've opened for so many major acts, played on massive stages, so we're just so blessed to be doing this, and I think it's about to get even better. I think we're just getting started, so I don't know, I just count my blessings every day, and we keep on working hard. Blonde Ambition. Get it, boys. Mama!
In one word, how would you describe this ride?
Oh, it's been chaotic, but it's been awesome. So chaos. Chaos.
Chaos. We're bringing the chaos. I hope more chaos for you. In a good way. We are here with Diamonds and Whiskey, and they are one of the friends of the Spiel, and we're going to see more of them. You keep your eye out.
Busting veneers on my teeth, I need head to the heavens so Jesus can see me coming.
My name is Lee Eklund. I'm the Center Director for Malone's Early Learning Center. You got to have that love and passion, and being able to come here and see how rewarding it is to have a child learn how to tie their shoes or have a child learn how to stack blocks. It's so rewarding.
When I was at John A. Logan, it really gave me the mentality of we're coming in to teach the children, not to watch the children. And so it taught me the importance of engaging with them, becoming one with the classroom, and really having that involvement there.
Have you guys tried the brain freeze? No, brain freeze sounds disgusting. It sounds sour gummy worms. Oh, I love it. It's so good. You guys have to try it. What about dragon's blood? I feel like that'd be like a challenge.
You just missed the tobacco industry's latest scam.
Have you guys tried the brain freeze?
Because you were supposed to.
Sour gummy worms. Yeah. Oh, I love it. It's so good. Do you want some?
Sure.
Okay, now my friend here with the style and cowboy hat here, I have to get me one of those kind of things there.
They've got a really nice shop here in Marion.
They got a what?
A really nice shop here in Marion that makes them. They handcraft them.
All right, so if you want to rock the cowboy look, Jake Schumacher's hat is the one you want to be. So Jake, I understand that you got double chances of perhaps winning tonight. You're nominated twice in the country category, right?
Yes, fingers crossed.
Now tell me about the 2 songs that are nominated.
So the first one I nominated was Bucket List. I chose it out of the 5 songs that I have to pick from because I think it resonates the most with people. It's got the biggest message because I think there's always someone who has a relative that passed away and they wish they could have done more, and the song Bucket List I just feel does a really good job of connecting with people like that. While Superman, on the other hand, it's a kind of a country with a kick like song. I've had a lot of friends and family say, you know, I'm not really into country music, but Superman and me, I really like that song. And so I thought to appeal to most people in the crowd or whoever's judging that would be a good contender as well. And I was beyond tickled that they both got both got nominated. So
now, a song like Bucket List seems to be something that, will really touch people's heart and reach inside, connecting with perhaps some personal feelings that they have. Is this a song that you draw from personal experience?
Yes, I co-wrote. I had this song written with someone else, but I relate to it with my grandmother who had passed away. I was always very close to her, and there was some things that I always wanted to do with her, and just didn't get to do it because I was too young to get around to it. But
your song is going to touch other people and inspire them to really value those moments. So through your experience, you're going to be helping a lot of people out there. And it's amazing how the music and the songs can really, bring people up or bring them to a place where they really tap into some really strong emotions. Isn't that the same when you're, creating some of your songs?
Oh, it is. I always try and whenever I do write songs, I try and make them to where they'll connect to someone else. And I mean, it's going to mean a great deal to me whenever they come out. Like the song I'm writing now for my wedding.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's everything in there is 100% true about what I think of God, what I think of my fiance. And I hope that other religious people can appreciate it as well and maybe even incorporate it in their own weddings in the future.
Now, your fiance, is she in the music business, or at least inspired to be a part of it more than just having, her soon-to-be husband be a part of it?
She is very, very supportive of what I do, and with the busy lifestyle I have aside from music, she is 100% very large supporter, and I couldn't be more appreciative of that, although I try.
Now, how's it feel for you to be here tonight and have those two songs hopefully being recognized as a winner, but just being nominated is also a really strong thing to have happen?
Yeah, there's a lot of solid musicians here, and just the two that I'm competing against in the finals alone. I'm just forever grateful for the opportunity to get this far and get a chance to be out there and show the world what I can do. So words can't describe it. I'm just thankful to be here.
Final question, do you have any other music on the back burner coming forward?
The song that I've got written for my wedding, I want to, family first, family and friends first, and I hope to release it and record it shortly after that.
All right, well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. I'm wishing you good luck tonight, brother, as well as congratulations on your future wedding.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much.
I was listening to stuff at home. I was listening to bands like Zach Brown Band, Lady A, and I didn't really know what they were. They didn't have a place in English music. And I came to Nashville, and it was so obvious to me. I was like, it's country music. I've been listening to country music all this time.
Kind of to come to him, he said, come to me all that are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. And so to me, I can't really make music without faith being infused in it. It's kind of like, it's just a part, even when I'm writing, whatever I'm writing, it usually ends up coming out giving the Lord praise in some way.
Hi, my name is Cole. I'm 7, and Dr. Christie is my person, and she is a good doctor. My first time, that's about probably the only time I was nervous. I thought was gonna hurt through one whole arm. Don't be afraid, because it just felt like a little sting like boot.
I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. I've always had a goatee, and now I don't. And you lose a lot of things. I didn't just lose my hair. Going through treatment, you can't be as active, and it's hard when you come home and, Daddy, can you get on the floor and play with me today? And, unfortunately, some days it's Daddy needs to go rest. I started smoking when I was 14 years old.
When I hit the road, we roll coast to coast. Keep the 4-wheel spinning, another town, another show.
So we're here with Carly and James. They are creating a very good sensation with their fan base and with their music. First of all, thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yes. So you just released a new album this past, I believe, July. It was Someday Dreaming.
Yes.
Tell me about Someday Dreaming.
We released Someday Dreaming, yes, July. It has 6 songs on it. Someday Dreaming is finally the sound that we've been looking for, and we're so excited to get out there. Someday Dreaming, the title track, is kind of about finding your person, and no matter how much, how big your dreams are, even if all that didn't come true, you'd still be happy because we get to do it together. So that's what we wrote it about.
And I understand, a lot of your music comes from perhaps some of your life experiences as not only friends, but as a couple now married.
Yes, we've been married for pretty much exactly 4 years now.
Like 4 years, like 2 weeks ago, a week ago. So yeah, 4 years.
And a fine-looking couple you are. Now, James, with this album, it marks your debut as a solo producer. Is that true?
Yeah, that's actually right. I was co-producer on all other stuff. This is the first time I took the reins and said, I'm going to do the whole thing myself. And it was very freeing. It's entirely us. We had some outside co-writes with it, but we're co-writers, the two of us, on all the songs. I produced it. We performed lots of the instruments ourselves. We brought in a great band as well, but it was, very involved from us all round. So it was a lot of fun working on.
Being from the UK, where did your interest in country music, along with the rock, come to be? Because, they usually think of country being a uniquely American type thing, but you across the pond seem to have an interest in it.
It's true. It's funny because I didn't know country music when I came to America. I really genuinely didn't. But I was making music, and I had it down as like a singer-songwriter kind of thing. And I came to Nashville, and people were like, this is kind of country. And I was like, it is? Oh, okay. So I just kind of fell into it, and then I met Carly, and she was playing me these songs, and I was like, I love this. This is like, it's the stuff I've kind of been listening to. I was listening to stuff at home. I was listening to bands like Zac Brown Band, Lady A, and I didn't really know what they were. They didn't have a place in English music. And I came to Nashville, and it was so obvious to me. I was like, it's country music. I've been listening to country music all this time. But I thought country music was Dolly Parton and nothing else, So it's been a learning curve for me, but I've been here for 7 years now, and I think I'm fully entrenched in the country world at this point.
Feels like home to me. A little small town heaven hidden right down there in Tennessee. Born from the tracks that still run through you, counting down the days till I get back to you. Didn't go up there, but it sure grows on you.
Carly, I understand that your music's kind of a blend of both. A little bit of rock and roll, a little bit of country. You're doing it better than Donnie and Marie, as they were. Thank you. So tell me, how much fun is that to blend those two genres?
It means honestly so much to me. I have the best time with it. Like he was saying, he didn't grow up on country music, but I did, like strictly country music. And then when I was a teenager, I got introduced to Fleetwood Mac and the Beatles, and Fleetwood Mac. Stevie Nicks is a huge inspiration to me. So we like to call ourselves leather and lace country. That is our sound these days, and we are so excited about it because we love to put on a rock show when we play. We love to make it big, have a great time. He's amazing on lead guitar, so we might as well, put a little rock in there while we're still, sticking to the country lyric and the roots, but having a good time while we're doing it.
Now, you opened for Brandy Clark, I believe, on, a good number of her tours. Tell us about that.
Oh, that was amazing. We actually did the UK tour with her a few years back, which was incredible because
in front of the home crowd.
In front of the home crowd, and that was my first time playing country music in front of the UK crowd, and it's a small audience. I mean, there were 200 or 300 people in the crowd, so a great crowd to play to. But in general, as a global thing, country music is a niche topic in England. But the crowds are so passionate. I mean, it was like standing ovations, like honestly some of the best we played to, and we played some shows with her in America as well. And honestly, she's awesome. It's just incredible to get to watch someone like that every night, learn from her, and we even stole one of her band members for a couple of our shows as well,
Final question for you. You're performing tonight. Tell us what you'll be performing.
We are playing our latest single, Tullahoma. It is our love letter to small town America, because as we travel across the country, we come across the small towns, kind of like Marion, Illinois tonight, that remind us of home and where we grew up. So yeah, it's our love letter to small town America.
Born from the tracks that still run through you, counting down the days till I get back to you. Didn't grow up there, but it sure grows on you.
We've got a couple of guys here who are making some great music together and collaborating and so forth. I'm here with Dustin Griffith and his friend Jordan Bernard. First of all, welcome to the show tonight.
Thank you so much for having us.
Now I'm seeing you both are dressed fine and sharp and everything. The jacket, though, brother, the jacket, it's a little warm, isn't it?
It is, but, you know, I'm warm all the time. So, you know, as you said, it's better to look good than to feel good. So
Indeed. Well, you're pulling off. Now, tell me, I understand that you are nominated in the Christian category tonight. Tell me about what you're nominated for.
yeah, so we're a song that we wrote together called All About Jesus.
Sitting on my throne, built in this place, lost and all alone, yet I try to save face.
Kind of one of the first songs we released at Lee Marie. We released. It was on a kind of the first single of an EP that came out, and but it was kind of the first one, and so we're just throwing that out tonight. And JB helped me. He rapped on the song, and it's, you know, he's the best part of the song.
Got lost my way, I don't know where to go. I'm such a mess, bring the fire back, got my heart is turning cold. I kept doing things my way, I realized I was living wrong. I was locked up in my dirty sin, but your blood had done paid the bond. It's all about you, it's not about me. Man, I wonder why you care for me, and I wonder why the cross was meant for me. But you chose to die for someone like me. Lay my crown at your feet.
So I thought I had to bring him tonight.
Yeah, you know, you got to pull your friends along up the road, but I'll bet that you are pulling your weight more than a little bit on this. Tell me about, you know, your contribution in terms of the rap, my friend.
Well, so Dustin here, he was my youth leader growing up, and watched him do music in a band that he was a part of. And when he initially asked me to be a part of the song, I just took the opportunity, and especially what the message of the song is, being all about Jesus, took it to heart. And yeah, so that's pretty much how it went. You know, I was so glad to be a part of the song, and, you know, took advantage. So.
Now, you know, there's been quite a few singers tonight that have sort of blended their country-fused songs with their faith, with their faith in God and so forth. How has your faith in the Lord above sort of inspired your music and what you create?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, really, it's in everything. It's kind of, I think music is interesting because it is the language that we can speak when we don't have words to say, you know, and so a lot of music allows you, when you're dealing with hard things and dealing with frustration and all those kind of things, music is the way you can kind of air that out. And then also, because of that, it's your most vulnerable. And I think that's the way the Lord wants us to be, kind of to come to Him. He said, come to me, all that are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. And so, to me, like, I can't really make music without faith being infused in it. You know, it's kind of like, it's just a part, even when I'm writing, whatever I'm writing, it usually ends up coming out giving the Lord praise in some way, because it's just life. And when you live a life for Him, everything about your life exudes Him, whether it's situations, you know, relationships, whatever it is. He is a part of all those things, if you make Him a part of those things. And so then when you write, it ends up being about Him as well. So to me, I've always done music for the Lord. This is more of like an art project, you know, for me. But it's still like in my subject matters, they all end up being about Him anyway, because that's just, He's who I love, you know, He's my first love. So absolutely.
Sounds good to me. And Jordan, when you're fusing two different sort of styles of music, be it the country fused singing that you have involved with it, as well as the rap genre, you know, what's that like? What kind of creative juices get flowing when you're combining those two?
Well, I just think it shows us that art is never too small. And especially when it comes to the kingdom, that, you know, as creatives, you know, we're not just in one box. I mean, it's kind of like a 64 box of Crayola crowns just pouring out on the floor. some may see it as a mess, but then if you pick up the paper that's underneath, you might have a beautiful project, you know what I mean? So it's beautiful, you know. So.
Well, it's a pleasure chatting with you guys. You know, I'm wishing you great luck tonight.
Thank you so much.
That the Lord will bless you both, and you know, also bless your career going forward. Together, and separate and together.
Yeah.
All right.
If he, you know, he makes it someday, he better pull me along next. I'm the old guy, so he may have to drag me in my wheelchair up there.
You gotta have respect for your elders, brother.
Exactly.
Respect for your elders. And you guys really, you needed to like dress up a little bit for this. I mean, this is a formal affair.
It is, but it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us, so we thought we'd do it up right, you know what I'm saying?
We all love all genres of music, obviously. We try to incorporate as much as we can and make it almost like a music gumbo, if you will. But we try to kind of tap into that old vintage sound first and foremost, and that's kind of our shtick with what we do.
As vehicles have evolved, so have our attitudes about safety. Seatbelts were a welcome addition, and fortunately, we found a way to protect our little ones as well. We added airbags and safety glass, and a long list of other safety features. But there's still something that doesn't come standard, and that's clean air. Only you can protect your passengers from the toxic chemicals in secondhand smoke. So thank you for keeping others safe by choosing not to smoke in your car.
Hi, my name is Marlena Gentry, and I'm a nursing student at John A. Logan. I feel like it's more like a family. We really connect the students. We study together, we laugh together, we cry together, we get on each other. And then the teachers as well, they're just really easy to talk to, just helping you to grow. They want to give you everything you need to make it. John A. is good at just making sure that your needs are met, that they're giving you what you need to succeed. And they have so many different programs to help you do that.
Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that young girl dressed in red? Wade in the water.
Now, we are here with one of the groups whose music I not only like, but also I love the name of their group. Makes me hungry for all kinds of breakfast and everything. It's Wildflower Honey and the Hot Biscuits. First of all, welcome to our event tonight.
Thank you so much.
So, first of all, I want to get everybody's individual name. You first, my lady.
I'm Tiffany. You can call me Tiff.
Tiff. And
Rob Durrett.
Rob.
Bryce Hayden.
So, you're from Paducah, Kentucky. Tell me a little bit about your music, because it's a bit different. You put sort of a retro spin on some old classics.
Absolutely. We all love all genres of music, obviously. We try to incorporate as much as we can and make it almost like a music gumbo, if you will. But we try to kind of tap into that old vintage sound first and foremost, and that's kind of our shtick with what we do.
Now, you know, when you're going through trying to find an old standard to put a different kind of spin on it, what's your process on that? What kind of song do you look for? One that melds with your style? Tell me.
Pretty much we just keep like emailing each other songs and texting and just like, oh, this is great, we should do this. You know, whether it's an old jazz standard or a modern song or a pop song even, we're getting ready to even try to do some like a metal song and redo it in like a slow jazz style.
Mm-hmm. Now, is there a particular style that you like working with and sort of flipping it on its ear?
We kind of like taking, we like taking pop songs of the day. Songs of today and kind of making them sound old, like they're from the 20s or from the 30s, or sometimes going up to the 60s and 70s, but just kind of making everything have that retro feel that we love.
The Holy Ghost looking for me. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
favorite style to work with? Because, this span the genre from 30s through 40s, 50s. You tell me.
That is such a difficult question to answer. I personally love the old jazz standards, which we incorporate a lot of those as well, from Ella Fitzgerald, Etta James, Tony Bennett. I would just say anything that makes me feel like I'm in character is my favorite thing to do. When I get to just kind of step outside of my comfort zone, it's so much fun.
Well, that's the thing, because not only the song stylings and the way you create this different kind of retro feel to it, there's a look that goes along with it too. Tell me how that goes into it, not just with you. And I gotta tell you guys, she looks much, more attractive than y'all, but y'all are handsome. But I gotta tell you.
They hold their own just fine.
Absolutely. But tell me, how do you create that whole aura, that visual aura?
We kind of like to tap into more than just one decade. I like to kind of go with the 50s theme sometimes, like the rockabilly style, some gigs that we do, and then other gigs I'm like, I'm kind of feeling more of like a 60s psychedelic vibe here. So we just kind of mix it up to have lots of different kinds of looks. So
we'll even change our songs and our style. We try to kind of have a jazz flair, and so when we say jazz flair, we might play something more 50s style. We might play it more 20s style. A lot of songs we'll play, but we play them different every time we play them. We just enjoy playing. We love the music. We try to tap into what people are kind of wanting that night, whether it's a slow dance crowd or a party crowd. We'll just kind of follow what they want and play and just have a good time. We all just love to play.
Now, what's coming up next for you? Are you working on a new album or new songs at this point?
Well, at this point, we are writing some original music, and we're trying to record our original music, but we're just kind of getting out there and making sure that we're getting our name out there, playing lots of gigs and traveling around. So.
Well, we want to thank you for coming to the event tonight. Good luck with your career going forward. We're looking forward to the performance, and hey, keep this group in mind. Wildflower Honey and the Hot Biscuits. Don't forget it. They've been on the Spiel before. Hey, if they've been on the Spiel, this is a good group. And we are here with the rock group Money Shot, and you guys you needed to dress up a little bit for this. I mean, this is a formal affair.
It is, but it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us, so we thought we'd do it up right, you know what I'm saying?
Looking sharp there.
We are very glad to be here, you know what I'm saying? I joined these guys just a year ago, and these guys have been together for 10 plus years. They had their own riffs and lyrics that Nick Holzhauser here has written, and once we got involved with the Spiel and Angie and all of them, we just started writing music. We're kind of like the kid that forgot their book report the morning of the freaking test. You guys better do this. Here it comes. So here we are, man.
On behalf of the Spiel, I want to thank you. Thank you very much. So, yeah, there we go. So first of all, let's get everybody's name. Yours?
I'm Nick.
And
I am Mike.
And
Sean.
And
Nick.
All right, so we've got two Nicks and Sean and Michael, yes. I got 3 out of 4. Next time, I'll get a retest later. So tell me a bit about, how long have you guys been together?
Well, I've only been with the band for about a year, but Money Shot as an entity has been together for like 10 plus. You and Nick.
Sure. Me and Nick have been great friends for a long time. We started writing music about 10 years ago or so it took a little while to get some other members that wanted to write and make it happen, but we found the right guys and it's happened.
Mm-hmm. So now, what would you say sort of inspires what type of rock that you play? I mean, is it more on the heavy metal side? Is it a little bit of pop rock? You tell me.
I would say more of just an open rock, but it has a melody. If it doesn't have a melody, something that's catchy, then we don't want to do it. So we hope it's something you can remember.
Now, do you guys have any, particular influences in terms of other bands that have been out there? Other, big, like, the Jaggers and whatnot?
Skinner, Guns N' Roses, Metallica. There's so many, it's hard to mention them all, but a bunch. I mean, a lot of classic rock, too, where I think we all kind of have some roots in some 80s and 60s and 70s and all that. So we go to around.
Mm-hmm. Now, we'll get the guys in the back here. So, all right, what instrument do you play in the group?
I'm the drummer. Yep.
You are the glue that holds the song together.
Yes, sir.
Youngest guy in the band, and it's his first band. the lucky guy.
Been playing since I was 2.
What's that like being, the little youngin' in the group?
It's a great time, trust me. It's a very great time.
Now, for you, now you're the sharp-dressed man here. I like this. And so what part do you play in the band?
I sing lead and I play rhythm guitar.
So what is it like for you as a group, going on the road and sort of hitting, a lot of venues while you're looking for that incredibly big break? Certainly you're getting a lot of fans along the way.
Lot of driving in the truck, a lot of waiting around.
Yeah.
We do a lot of municipal shows all over Illinois, and the more people see us, the better. But it's not nearly as glamorous as people think.
How about for you? What's it like for you? Sort of, as you're going on the road here. Does it get kind of lonely out there?
No, we're all together.
Okay.
It's not like
No, because we're men and all that, right? Yes, and everything. So what have you guys got coming up next?
We have an album coming out. We should be wrapping it up around January. We're doing a full-length album. It should be about 10, 11 songs. We don't have a name yet. It might be self-titled. We don't know. But it's basically all the work that these guys have been doing over the past 10 years personified on an album. And I'm very, very excited about it. I'm just glad to be a part of it, honestly.
Yeah, final question in addition to the music. I mean, certainly your music speaks for itself when you're on stage, but hey, all kidding aside, the look really stands out. Is there a certain sort of look on stage that you guys present, a certain performance, if you will?
The name is Money Shot, so we're giving it the Money Shot.
Because money does.
Might as well go for it.
What's that again?
You might as well go for it, man. Money don't make itself.
That's right. Money makes the world go around. So we are here with Money Shot. They've been on the Spiel before, and if they're on the Spiel, hey, they got the seal of approval. We gave them the Money Shot.